All right, as much as I hate to say it, I think Peppa may no longer be pregnant. She's not been acting sick or anything, but today she's been kind of squealy, really seeking attention, and she's been getting kind of humpy with Boris and Coke. And watch the fence. She's been mounting both of them, so I hope not. I hope it just may be a hormonal phase of her pregnancy, but she doesn't look like she's developing. If you turn sideways there, you can see her teats, but you can't see, like, you know, like her belly's any bigger. Where Coke, she's just a hoss. But I don't know. I haven't found anything. I haven't been up there in the heavier grass to look, but and she's not swollen. There's nothing back in there to, you know, to say that she, you know, from the behind there that or anything happened, but I hope not. We're just going to have to keep watch on her here because she's acting completely different today than what she has been. Okay, I'll take you guys on a little walk here. We're going to head back out here to the middle field. We finally got the meaties moved out here this evening. I was able to get their tractors out there yesterday evening and got the water tote out there, got the hose and everything hooked up. And sorry, that was going to turn into a motion sickness video here, but we finally got everything done. Now I'm only using 2 tractors right now because I had to make a new water bucket and I'm waiting on the sealant to dry on it. And what it is I put rubber like fender washers and between 2 PVC fittings for my outlet that goes to the water bell, and I use oh crap, what's it called? Flex Seal. I use the clear Flex Seal. It's a great adhesive and it's also a real good waterproofer. So we'll walk out here and I'll show you. So both the right and the left tractor have chickens in it. The middle one does not. And all I got to do is just wait for that stuff to dry and I'll fill it up tomorrow with water and get them in there. So somewhere along the way there was a miscount on chicks. I know we've lost at least 3 or 4. And I may have miscounted completely when we got them because today we have 74 chicks. And there's been no resurrections going on here that I know of. All right, so 200 feet of Premier One poultry netting. Premier One, it's a solar IntelliShock 60. And that thing will smack your pee-pee, let me tell you. So it ain't going to play with no predators, that's for sure. So what we did was we just put them between this tractor and the far tractor on the end there. What I do on my buckets is, as you can see that gasket down there, it's just a rubber fender washer with a PVC fitting through it. It comes out, goes to a 1/4 inch rubber hose down into the bell water, and it's a continuous feed. As they drink out of that bell water, it raises up, engages the valve, fills that tray back up with water, and it settles back down and disengages that valve. Works great. They work really, really good. So there's a better view of my setup, and that's the one that I made today. So you can see it's just a big rubber fender washer. It's a 1/4 inch nipple sticking out there on a PVC fitting. And on the inside, let me do this without getting shocked because that thing hurts. And that's all it is. It's a double threaded coupler that holds it in place, and that PVC or that fender washer, I put Flex Seal on both sides. On the inside and the outside, it seals it up real good with no issues. All right, so this is going to be their 3rd year in use. The tarps this is going to be the last year for these tarps. I'm going to have to replace these tarps because they're pretty weathered and getting thin. This one I still have another couple years on. This tractor, the difference between this one and these two, geez, why am I so zoomed in here, is the uprights. On this one, I made a foot taller than these because I got tired of banging my head when I walked in the door in these. I pretty much had a continuous scurf mark on the top of my skull, so I made it taller. I made it a foot taller. Now I don't have to duck going in and I don't bang my head anymore. I busted the screen, so I had to use some zip ties to put it together real quick. Galvanized steel trash can in here. That is where I keep my feed. So it'll hold about 2.5 bags, so almost about 125 pounds it'll hold. And I just keep it there. The reason I've got these things staggered is it allows for better airflow. When they're right up beside each other, there's really not a lot of good airflow, you know, to the middle one especially, or to the end one, depending on which way the wind blows. So we staggered them out this time, and that's going to improve wind flow, or airflow rather. All right, and what I'll do is, since they're still small now, I mean, they're 4 weeks old. Them things are little chunks. I mean, they are big for 4 weeks old. I mean, you think about it, another 4 weeks, these are going to be 6, 7 pound, 8 pound chickens. And that's, well, probably 6 pound carcasses is what we'll end up with in the next 4 weeks. It's crazy how these things will grow. And that's the one feeder that I was talking about in one of the other videos is it's a 7 foot long, 4-inch diameter sewer pipe that I cut the channel down the top of it, capped each end of it, and made that a feeding trough. And it does a lot better because you can accommodate more chickens as they get bigger in there. All right, and as I move each tractor forward 1 length each day on grass, I probably won't. I'll probably move them every 2 days for the next week or so, just until they kind of get used to being out here. Depends on the manure load that they leave in there. Probably going to be a little heavier now since I've got 74 chickens between 2 tractors. All right, the water tote is up there. It's on a little trailer. I'll take you up there and I'll show you this. Hay's coming on nicely for May. I should be ready to cut and mow it probably second week of June, if not sooner, because we've had some really good rain and lots of good sunshine here, so we got good hay. All right, and this is what it looks from this angle. Give you the artist perspective here. So as they move forward, once they get to the end here, what I'll do is we'll just move the fence forward. I'll come, and if this isn't mowed by then, I'll mow out another section and move them forward. All right, so I think this is a 275 gallon water tote, food grade, of course. And this cover, a lot of people you'll see will spray paint these things and keep algae from growing in them. Well, I've learned in the past it takes a lot of spray paint to cover one of these things effectively enough to keep algae from growing in them. But this thing, I found this cover, it's an IBC tote cover. I found it on Amazon, and I think it was less than $40. Now it's black, and it's got a foil liner, that silver reflective liner. And I'll tell you what, it does not allow any algae to grow in this water, and it actually keeps it a lot cooler even out here in indirect sunlight. So for what it's going to cost you, what was the last can of paint I bought? Was like $14 for a can of spray paint. Yeah, and it would take about 6 or 8 cans of spray paint to do this thing with good coverage. So yeah, 40 bucks. Yeah, it was well worth it. Now it could be built a little stronger. It's kind of a vinyl. It could be, you know, a little bit more tough, but I mean, it's doing what it needs to do. I tore it the first day. I've had it for a year, so it's still working. So IBC tote cover, look them up on Amazon. Make sure you know what size you got, because like I said, I think that's a 275 gallon tote. But it works great. The hose I just run out, it's gravity fed. I keep it uphill from the chicken tractors, and it just snakes down through the grass down there. I come up here and turn the valve and just open the valve down there, and I can fill my buckets up, and I can chase some chicken tractors from right here all the way out to the other side of that clump of trees. And what I'll do this year, since there's only 4 weeks left, if I make it past the trees, I'm just going to turn around and come back this way. And that way I'm not overlapping on what they've already fed on and where they've already pooped. But I'm not taking it all the way out across the field there and trying to chase it with the hose and the trailer out here. So I can just bring it right around the tree here and come right back this way. Because like I said, they're only going to be out here for another 4 weeks or so. Another beautiful West Virginia sunset. It's too nice out here. It's just too nice. Too nice a day, too nice a location. Just one of those days you just want to stay out here. All right, so all of this done since yesterday. There's a big deer down there, just snorted at me. A doe blew at me. Okay. I love it. I think it's funny. So yesterday I was able to get the chicken tractors out here. I had 2 of them out here already. I was able to get the 3rd one out here. Got the water tote out here, got it filled up, got it pulled out here. I got those 2 raised beds done yesterday, so I got a lot done yesterday, and we chased the sun getting this done today. So we are up and running. Chickens are officially on pasture, and I got to teach the next couple of days, so my evenings are going to be real short-lived from the time that I get back home, because I have to go to a site and teach a couple days this week. So my evenings are going to be pretty short-lived. So I'll be chasing my tail getting things done. If you have farm animals, if you have livestock, and I just found this out today, so you know how you can go to like your typical farm store like Tractor Supply, Royal King, or anything like that. It sells like veterinary supplies for animals. As of June 11th, you will no longer be allowed to buy any antibiotics and most of the over-the-counter medicines for your animals at these stores, or anywhere for that matter, without a vet prescription from a vet. You'll still be able to get dewormer and like ivermectin, but you cannot get like your antibiotics and stuff like that. I don't even know if you're going to let cord should be okay. You should be able to get cord for your fowl and your poultry and stuff. But as far as that goes, anything else, any of your cillins and stuff that you would be typically giving your livestock for any kind of infections and stuff, as of June 11th, you're going to have a veterinary prescription for that. And you know, there's areas like even here, there's no large animal vet anywhere close. And if there is one that you can even get out here to even to answer the phone or call you back and come out, you're going to pay out the yin yang to get a veterinarian out here. So what we're going to do for both ourselves and for our animals is, and I'll have to remember the name of that website. It's herbal supplements for animals, where you give you packets, and you give it like once every 3 days or once a week, and you put it either in their water or in their feed. And it doesn't treat something acutely. It's something that you feed them continuously, like 3 times or every 3 days or once a week, and it builds up in their system and prevents a lot of infection. So it's more preventative than it is actual treating the acute phase of any kind of infection or illness for your animals. And I'm looking into my own practice, or my own knowledge, gaining my own knowledge and use of herbal supplements and stuff for like treating infections or things like that, antiviral properties, antibacterial properties. So that's something I'm going to be looking into, and especially with getting the high tunnel, I'm really going to look into growing a lot of our own herbs and everything. So with the birds out here now, that feed, that Kalmbach game bird feed, I swear that stuff smells like something I want to season my food with. It smells so good. And I know that sounds odd for a chicken feed, but it truly does smell fantastic. It smells like something I would want to just like sprinkle all over my chicken or my beef and cook it. It smells fantastic. It does. It's crazy. And I've never smelled chicken feed like that, or any kind of animal feed that had that nice, pleasant, you know, almost savory aroma to it. But I'm going to put like apple cider vinegar, since they're now out here on the grass. I'm going to be putting apple cider vinegar in their water, and I'm going to get little mesh bags and put some dried oregano in it and put in their water as well. And that way, that keeps their system, you know, pretty clean, and keeps them primed up in case they would run across anything while they're out here on the grass, so I don't get an illness throughout my flock and everything. So, all right, I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to head back to the house. My day is done. I got an early day the next couple of days, and going to be long days. So guys, again, thank you. I think we're up to 900 subscribers. Again, I'm humbled. Please like, subscribe, share the channel. You know, leave us a comment. Tell us what's going on in your area and what's going on with you and your plans. And get and stay prepared, stay free, and God bless y'all.